Events in Klaviyo are essential for understanding customer behavior, and their extensive flexibility allows you to track virtually any customer interaction via API. Let's hear from Michaela, who will walk you through how to create Klaviyo events using APIs. To see more content like this, be sure to like and subscribe.
There are 3 ways to create events in Klaviyo: client-side with the Create Client Event endpoint, client-side with JavaScript tracking, and server-side with the Create Event API. Send customer browsing activity, such as viewed page or viewed product, as client-side events, and send transactional events, like placed order and canceled order, server-side. Never send sensitive customer information client-side. First, let's talk about the structure of an event. You can see events in the activity log section of a customer profile. Events are displayed in the order they are sent, unless timestamps are provided. When timestamps are included, events are logged and shown chronologically based on the specified times. Events can include associated data that provides more details about the event, such as this placed order event data containing details about the customer's order. When sending an event to Klaviyo, you must include the profile associated with the event, which tells Klaviyo where to log this event and which customer took the action. You can identify which profile to associate an event with by email, phone number, or ID. Let's walk through how to use the client-side Create Client Event endpoint. For this walkthrough, I will be working with Klaviyo's API collection in Postman. Check out this video's description for detailed information on how to set up and authenticate this collection. To start, I'll select the Create Client Event endpoint on the left-hand side, which pre-populates the request URL, required headers, and API body. Authenticate this request with your account's public API key, also known as your account ID. Account ID is a 6-digit ID that can be found in your account settings. Add it as the company ID query parameter. Next, let's delete this example and use the documentation to set up the body of the API request. We can see that the data object is required, and type event is also required. The properties object is nested within the attributes object. In the properties object, we can specify any event data we want to send. Event data can provide more detailed information about an event and can be displayed in messages and used in segmentation and reporting. This is the data that shows up in Klaviyo when you expand an event. Note that only top-level, meaning not nested, data can be used in segmentation and flow trigger filtering. In this example, we'll work for the makeup brand Swak and create an event to track when their customers book makeup appointments. The team wants this event to capture key details, including the appointment date and the type of makeup service scheduled. Add this information to the properties object, specifying the makeup type as wedding, the makeup style as natural, and the appointment date as September 7th, 2025. Be sure to use one of the accepted date and timestamp formats to ensure that date properties are correctly processed as dates. Next, there are some optional metrics, such as time and value. I'll omit the time metric, meaning the event's timestamp will default to when the API request is sent, but it's generally best practice to include a timestamp to ensure events are accurately logged and not mistakenly rendered as duplicates. Using the value property allows you to track revenue for this metric. Under value, specify the appointment cost as $100 and set the currency code to USD using the value currency property. I'll omit unique ID, so Klaviyo will automatically generate an ID for this event. Include a unique ID when you wish to calculate customer lifetime value across different metrics and prevent deduplication of events that occur at the same time. Next is the required metric object, which includes a data object containing type metric. The attributes object, which is also required, is where we can set the event name as booked makeup appointment. I'll skip the optional service field and close the metric object. After that, we'll define the profile object, which includes a required data object with type profile. The profile object contains information about the customer who booked the appointment. You can include any profile details, and Klaviyo will create or update properties accordingly. At a minimum, provide the customer's email or phone number to log the event to a profile. I'll include the customer's email address in the attributes object to ensure the event is recorded on the correct customer profile. The Events API can create a new profile or update an existing one when logging an event. To ensure the event is logged to the correct profile, make sure to include accurate profile information. Otherwise, a new profile will be created. Since no other profile updates are needed, I can leave out the remaining properties. After setting up all of the information I want to include, I can send the API request. The 200 status confirms that the call went through as expected, and I will confirm by checking the customer's profile in Klaviyo. On the profile, I can see the booked makeup appointment event, including all of the event data we included in the properties object. The Klaviyo object provides an alternative shorthand way to track events directly from previously identified browsers using JavaScript. Browsers become identified when customers fill out a sign-up form, click a link in a Klaviyo email, or are identified using the Klaviyo object. After loading the Klaviyo object, you can push events by calling klaviyo.track. To send the booked makeup appointment event client-side, I can specify the event name, booked makeup appointment, and provide an array containing all event data. When this function is executed, the booked makeup appointment event will be logged on the customer profile that has been identified on the current page. Check out this video's description for detailed information on how to install and use the Klaviyo object. The structure of the server-side create event API is very similar, and you can use the same strategy of following along with the documentation to build the body of this API call to include all relevant event and profile data. Authenticate a server-side create event API request with a private API key in the request headers. Check out our video on client and server-side tracking for detailed information on when to send events client-side versus server-side. Note that any API requests that contain sensitive data, like an event containing customer billing information, should be sent server-side.
Klaviyo events allow you to keep track of customer activity and make up a key part of any integration. By using detailed properties and attributes, custom events give valuable insights into how customers interact with your brand, allowing you to create more personalized and timely marketing experiences. If you found this content helpful, be sure to like and subscribe. Also, check out the description for more resources like this to help you learn and grow with Klaviyo.